Some might say it's cold. Others, like myself and my partner, we say this is football weather as we welcome you to chilly M&T Bank Stadium near the Inner Harbor in Baltimore. The two teams emerging from their respective tunnels a minute ago to the approval of this Baltimore crowd. They're all set as their Ravens will match up with the New York Giants. Season is upon us. We've got the gift of the NFL as we're underway here in Week 16. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll run for the first time with J.K. Dobbins. And he's going to be dropped following a pickup of 7 past the 30 to the 32. Now Dobbins again on second down. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. On that last run, he's now hit the 6,000-yard mark for rushing yards in his career.
And moves him squarely into the top 100 rushers of all time. In fact, he can boast that he's rushed for over 1,000 yards more than Gale Sayers did in his career. And Gale Sayers was a Hall of Famer in a short career.
Brady now on first down. He rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Ravens are going to get the football here as they force the INT on the game's opening drive. Jackson and the Ravens come up now 1st and 10 at the 31-yard line. Off the play fake. Jackson sliding out of the pocket. That's taken in by Duvernay. And he's corralled at the 40, but not before picking up 8. Off the play fake. Here's Jackson. On the move to his left. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on, 3rd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2. They'll run for the first time with Saquon Barkley. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They go play action now. Jackson rolling to his right. Oh, it's complete. A diving grab there by Brown. And they'll get this to the 30-yard line before crossing over out of bounds. So the drive takes them into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. And he stopped immediately there. Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again 2nd and 10. A handoff to Barkley on the option. And he'll be brought down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a third down. Well, this defense for the Giants, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
No matter what coverage was called, they were right in the hip pockets of the receivers all game long, step for step, running their routes with them. Turned out they were right there every time the ball was in the air, and they came away with 5 interceptions in that one.
On third down, Jackson eluding the pressure right. Thrown across his body, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the USC man, Adoree Jackson. And this, Charles, definitely not what they were wanting to see. Remember, he threw 3 interceptions in the loss last week, and now he gives the ball away again here in the very first quarter.
And you have to think that this was drilled into him all week, too, by his teammates, by his coaching staff. They've told him all week long, we've got to protect the football. They probably crossed that fine line with giving him the right advice and saying it too much. And it turned out that it got into his...
And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown! John Ross, 49 yards. And the Giants are on the board first on the road here in Baltimore. Point after, right down the middle. And it's now a 7-0 game. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. This will be fielded inside the 5. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know what?
Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Dexter Lawrence, he's the one to get him, and that is sack number 7 for him on the year. Back quite a ways here, facing 2nd and 19. Another try after the first down sack. Jackson, throw left side, complete. That's Andrews. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. Jackson hit, and he lost the football. And the Giants have it. It's picked up. A little careless with the football, and he also had a fumble loss last week, didn't he?
He certainly did, and when I'm watching him play, the one thing that comes to mind is always remember, traffic, turbulence, people around you, 2 hands. Get 2 hands on the ball. Grip it tight. I know it looks cool to have it in one hand, but put it away, tuck it away, because you've got to take care of the ball.
They'll try to run with Dobbins. And this one will wind up with him losing yardage back to the 4-yard line. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. They'll try to run with Dobbins. And he'll go backwards, losing yardage to the 5. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th. So the Giants now are going to turn it over to their field goal unit. From the right hash, and this one just a chippy. His kick is indeed good, and the lead moves to 10-zip. So not sure how they feel about that. They had golden field position to start the drive after the fumble recovery, but they went backward and then got 3.
Well, let's go from gold to silver, because the silver lining is they got the 3, right? You were talking about the golden field position. They didn't take advantage of it. That has to feel like a letdown.
You always stand ready to pounce. Always. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time they coughed it up, led to a field goal. They're fortunate that it only led to a field goal, but still, they're not happy about it.
Could you sense the relief, though, when they only gave up the field goal and they were able to trot back out on the field and start this drive? A little more pep in their step because they didn't cost their team a touchdown, but they know they've got to do it a lot better than they did on the last possession.
The coach will just be relieved, though, if they recoup with a score here, right?
I think the coach will be ecstatic to see them pick themselves back up and now take it downfield and punch in the end zone without turning it over.
On second down, here's Barkley, and he'll be brought down right around the 37. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. They go play action with Jackson. Under pressure, and he'll go down. They'll sack him on what ought to be the final play of this first quarter. Dexter Lawrence make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. A give to Barkley out of the gun. And it looks like a pickup of 6. That leaves them with 7 yards to go on 3rd down.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they bottled him up throughout the game because that was his longest run of this contest.
Here's Jackson to throw. Flush to his right. Open man is Duvernay. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Giants' 35. A handoff to Barkley. And they'll get 8 out of this before being stopped at the 28. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Throwing is Jackson. This one goes out wide for Barkley. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. First red zone chance now for the Ravens. This is 1st and goal from about the 8. Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain there as he kept it himself at 2nd down.
Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
On 2nd and goal, Jackson steps away to his left. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
I tell you, Brandon, this defense is playing with some confidence. Haven't allowed a point yet. Flying to the football. I'm telling you, it's almost 11 to the ball on every snap. Another nice job there to force an incompletion.
This offense on 3rd down today, they've been okay. 2 for 3 thus far. They're looking at a 3rd and goal here. Jackson going to throw quickly here, complete. And in for the Ravens touchdown. Mark Andrews, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Ravens have cut it to within a score. Tucker with the extra point, and the lead is down to a field goal. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a good return up past the 30. He's at the 40, 20, 10, 5, and he will score. Touchdown, Giants.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. So let's try this again. After the kick return TD, here's yet another kickoff. And we will not see an attempt to match that return touchdown, as this will be a touchback and bring it out to the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went and went, no adjustments and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
They'll give it to Barkley off the option play. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Forcing incompletion on first down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on second.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in the expected passing situation.
Jackson now. And a throw there going to be incomplete.
So many times when we talk about coverage, we're just about a defender running with a receiver, but a big part of it is understanding where the football is, finding it. In this case, when it arrived, it wasn't a surprise, and he was able to bat it away.
A 41-yard punt there with no return, and it'll be Giant football, 1st and 10. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Eight yards to go on second down. Now a play fake. Brady. Going deep downfield for Ross. And is this intercepted? It is. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 18. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to something else.
And maybe you try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Here's 2nd and 10. Play action. It's Jackson. Flushed out right. And he'll slide to a halt here. Still a little shy of the first down marker. The Ravens on third down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. This time it's 3rd and 3. They'll try to run for it with Barkley. And he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. A loss of a yard, and it brings up 4th.
This defense has really flown around in the first half. They've gotten to the ball carrier before they can really get started. Offense got to come up with something else in order to try and get this running game going.
That's pulled in at the 32. A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt. And out will come the offense as they take over. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
Think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. From midfield, here's Brady. And Brady going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Tre'Davious White with a pick. And the Ravens are going to take over here at their own 22-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness. Picked off at the 21. And this drive will start on the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Dobbins. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Here's a give to Dobbins. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. Here's Brady. And that is caught. He's got it for a Giant touchdown. John Ross, 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Giants are able to grow their lead. So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time, 1-play interception. So this offense, they should be fresh.
That's a good way of putting it. And I can't wait to see what they decide to do with play calling. Because a 1-play drive where you throw an interception, a lot of people think the very next time out, run the football, don't give him a chance.
Maybe play action.
I think maybe you go play action, show your quarterback, get a little confidence in him, and let him fling another one.
Jackson.
That is definitely what we call our defense an uh-oh play. And what you mean by that is against Lamar Jackson, when you see him out of the pocket, your first thought is, he's going to try and run it. How do I get to him and get him on the ground? And guess what? That didn't happen, and his receivers took advantage.
On 2nd down, Barkley. And he will be brought down at about the 43 that time. Now the Ravens going to use one of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 33 seconds to go in the first. alive in the secondary now for the Giants here on third.
Go ahead. 13.
To throw is Jackson. Gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And he will have a Ravens first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Towards the end zone for Brown. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
They've given up a few first downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Jackson. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
Seems to be the front and the back end. Pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. Play action. Now Jackson. Eluding the pressure right. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in this first half. Tucker's kick is good. And that will cut the lead down to 13. So a big play before the end of the half to get him into this spot, and they cash in with 3.
How about the 1-2 to the solar plexus on that one? The big play, the field goal, not much time left on the clock. That's the way to go into the half.
Maybe time for one play on offense. 7 seconds to go in the half as the kick is away. Pulls it in at the 13. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. The final shot before half for Brady. He's going to have the hook up to Ross. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. So we come upon halftime here with the visiting Giants out on top. As we'll send you down to Orlando, and we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Ravens set to receive the football, trailing here as we resume action in the 3rd quarter. Taking it about the 1. And able to get this across the 20, but not much further as he's dropped it to 23-yard line. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. Now they're down on the scoreboard. Sort of a sloppy first half. And Coach Davis, if you were in the locker room, what would the message have been?
I think I'd have to go with something you don't ordinarily go with in the NFL. That's a little fire and brimstone. You've got to fire these guys up. Make them understand what's going on out there. They were so sloppy in the first half. Too many turnovers. Tighten things up. Maybe get in their face a little bit. Get in their grill. And then send them back out.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 45. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
Call it a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down. To throw, it's Brady. And his pass incomplete.
And when you've thrown as many interceptions as he has in this one, you definitely start getting a little hesitant to throw the ball out wide because that's prime pick 6 territory. That time, he made sure the only guy who was going to catch it was sitting in the third row.
Throwing is Brady on third down. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or two shy of the 30. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now whistles here and a flag down. I think a Giant jumped early. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Brady going to throw. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
On 2nd and 15 now. Brady. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 20-yard line. Into the red zone, it's Brady. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out.
And now we get into the psychology of the whole thing, because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the third quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Good yardage on first down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? Dobbins once more. And not able to break away this time as they're going to stop him right around the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a 3rd down.
That's a nice example of good team defense right there. Ball was snapped at the 1-yard line. They knocked him back and caused a loss. But you notice they were trying to find any type of a gap to run through. Wasn't one available, and they stuffed the play right there in the middle of the field.
Three tight ends up front here. 3rd and goal. And he gets halfway there, down to the 1-yard line. The offense is staying out there. Here we go on 4th and goal from the 1. They'll keep it on the ground. Cummins, and this time he is in.
Yes.
A great effort there. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Giants are able to add on to their lead. Brady's going to look to throw. And the Giants are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. Taking it about the 1. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. They're down 3 touchdowns to this point, needing to put something together as they have it 1st and 10. Dancing to his left. And he'll just get rid of it.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
To throw again on 2nd down. Jackson. And he can't get away from the pressure. The Giants get there. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sack. Jackson from the shotgun. He's going deep for Brown. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Andre Sisco. And it's a tremendous return as they finally get him at about the 10-yard line. Charles, whatever's going on between his ears right now, it's just not completely calculated correctly. 7 picks between last week and this week after that one.
And they always say the most important part of a player is those 6 inches between the ears. But right now, it's all those interceptions that are going on. So whoever his trusted confidant is on the sidelines, I don't know if it's the offensive coordinator, the quarterback's coach, maybe the backup quarterback, that's who he needs to get with now and get himself calm.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Brady. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Oftentimes when you're losing a game and the team's still throwing with this kind of a lead, you start playing a little more physically. And they took that opportunity right there to be extremely physical and force that incompletion.
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now Brady. Touchdown, Giants! J.K. Dobbins, his 26th touchdown, drawing even with Marshall Faulk for the 4th most in a single season. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taken in at the 3. And he'll be out of bounds across the 25. The Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going. They have been struggling. I would imagine at halftime they went through some possible changes. Well, those changes aren't working, so now where do you go?
I think that now it's much more in their head. And what I mean by that is just what you said. You've gone over the changes. I bet they were pretty clinical at the half, not too emotional. They might need to go to the emotional side because you've got to find something, some spark somewhere. And so far, just being calm hasn't exactly worked.
They need any spark at this point.
When you get a big tight end like this, sometimes it takes more than one man to bring him down. Oftentimes, your best bet, just jump on and hold on and wait for your teammates to arrive to help get him on the ground.
Throwing now, Jackson on 1st down. Throwing the out route incomplete. That's Brown. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now Jackson on 1st down. And he's got it. Got his man on the end route. Complete. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. And the coverage terrific there as that's knocked down and incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
And this may be a carbon copy as he'll again be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. Now it's Jackson. Back-to-back stops make it 3rd and 10. Going on top. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, we've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted. And I think the receivers now, when they're running their routes, they want to catch the ball, but they also want to make sure that the defenders don't take it away.
They're going on 4th down. It's Jackson. And that would not to be. It's incomplete. So they couldn't hook up as time is now run out on this 3rd quarter of play. Back now in Baltimore. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I
we
enjoy.
share that.
We enjoy our time at the table. So maybe the best steakhouses in the city, but in all seriousness, the performances that we've seen this year, we've seen a bunch of great ones, and it's going to be hard to parse who's going to win the MVP.
Yeah, it really is.
Is it going to be a runner? Is it going to be a throw?
There he goes, left side. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. On 1st and goal, they'll try the option left. And he'll get blown up behind the line of scrimmage. Back at the 6. That's going to go as a loss of 1 on 1st down. 2nd and goal from the 6 this time.
And not a lot of success to be found there.
Oh, you got that right, partner, because if you're trying to make guys miss about 10 yards or so downfield, that's a pretty good play. But if you've got to do it in your own backfield, I consider that a problem. That doesn't work too well.
His path became similar to almost running a stretch play, didn't it? Trying to find a crease, anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back. It just never materialized.
They're going for it with Dobbins. And he will take it on in for a giant touchdown. J.K. Dobbins with touchdown number 27. That ties Priest Holmes for the 3rd most in a single year. And the Giants are closing in on a 3rd straight win as they widen the gap further here in the 4th quarter. Extra point splits the uprights, and the lead will swell by 1 more. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This fielded right at the goal line. And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah. And recover. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now Jackson. Escaping the pressure right. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 49. And he will bring it back. It's a pick 6 and a Giants touchdown. Point after try forthcoming. And it's no good. It has not been his day. That's the 2nd extra point he's missed so far. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
Taking it about the 1. And he had no room to run as he's tackled down inside the 20.
Baltimore offense at the line, set to get going.
And you can sort of sense their dejection. That last pick six put the icing on the cake, so to speak, in what has been a rough go for them. The first down run got 5. Here's 2nd and 5.
Again, it's Barkley. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Still a couple yards short of the first as the 3-yard gain brings up a 3rd down.
Oftentimes we praise an offense for their variety of being able to hit people with the run in the pass. But in this game, how about what we're seeing from the safeties? They are all over the field. Doesn't matter if they threw it or if they're trying to run it.
I don't think we've ever awarded an MVU, most valuable unit, but you're right, it might go to them in this game.
I like that. MVU. Well done.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson.
Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Buchanan. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Jackson. Buying time to his left. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25.
Well, to me, this leads to the question, do you admire the way he puts his body out there all the time, or do you think he should protect himself a little bit more?
Well, he's been on the ground several times with all those sacks that he's taken. So, I don't know, I kind of admire him not sliding down there, don't you?
I'm with you on that one. The meter definitely leans towards admiration.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Jackson going to hold on to it again.
And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a full 3 yards there, and it also brings up 3rd down.
I think this offense, specifically this running game, they're going to have to find a way to turn the page because they haven't found a way to run it effectively thus far, and it's cost them.
Here's Jackson on 3rd and long. And this is going to be hauled in. Oh, what a catch at the 10. Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So it's Raven football here as we welcome you back. They've got a 1st and 10 as they search for a late score. Jackson on first down. And he just throws this one away. Smart decision here this close to the end zone, and it brings up 2nd down.
This has been a rough one, to put it mildly, for him. And after this one's done, you just feel like at the post-game press conference, this team's going to have a lot of questions and definitely not a lot of answers.
I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. Let's make these babies cry all the way back home.
Again on 2nd and 10, it's Jackson. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10.
13. Mike, 44. Come on, boy. Come on.
Now it's Jackson. Now he's forced out right. Here's a diving catch right side. They get 7 there, but it brings up 4th.
Let's go, defense. Report. Cross. 44's the mic. 44's the mic. I got you, Pop. 180. Press up. Be ready. Go.
Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And now here is another interception. Picked off with great anticipation. And the Giants are going to take over at their own 11-yard line. Yet another mistake after the interception there. And gosh, you look up at the scoreboard, they just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter.
Let's go, defense. Let's get out the field, defense.
Brady going to look to throw. Open man is Ross, complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. To throw is Brady. He's going to air one out. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And the Ravens are going to take possession as they've got it at the 42-yard line. The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
We'll see how they handle the waning moments of this one. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
Here's Jackson. He's going deep for Brown. Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
Got to be wary of throwing an interception here, because the defense knows they're going to get tested deep. That's why they're going to put a couple of extra guys back there to try and prevent that.
Yeah, late in the 4th quarter here, trying to preserve the lead. And off the crossbar, no good. A sensational effort from that distance, but rejected by the bar. And this score will stay right where it is. Well, Charles, it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game to put up that number of points, continually feeling like they're moving the ball and things are working and clicking. They think that they can bottle this and carry it with them.
And as an offensive coordinator, you just don't think you can do anything wrong. Whatever you call, run, pass, it's all going to work.
That's called being in the zone.
So for the Giants, it's another win for them. And you wonder if they want a redo on that one loss as they sit now at 14-1. And they'll get another road test next week as they head to Atlanta to take on the Falcons. Meanwhile, for the Ravens, it's a loss that could wind up hurting a little as they fall now to 11-4. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
get activated, let's get activated. Let's get activated, let's get activated. Be in the pocket, let it go, them books gonna trade. When you in that field, it get real, just stay dedicated. Go.
Put me in the game, I know what to do.
Show me something.
That's another set, cause I be running through it. I set up the play, I'ma make a move. It's gonna be a blitz if I run into you.
Go. When the kick off the bomb, run it back. Home. Hail Mary, pray the feds don't intercept the pack. Familiar.